What if I told you? The world's richest athletes didn't all become wealthy by following the same blueprint. Some built fortunes through ownership. Others mastered the power of branding. Some invested in businesses while they were still competing. Others quietly built wealth by backing the next generation of entrepreneurs. And every one of them discovered one principle that changed their financial future forever. The surprising part? Very few of those lessons have anything to do with scoring points, winning championships, or lifting trophies. They have everything to do with the decisions these athletes made after the spotlight found them. Today, we're breaking down 7 billionaire athletes and the one wealth principle each of them teaches, because success leaves clues. And sometimes, learning one great lesson can be worth more than chasing 100 average ideas. So, whether you're building a business, growing a career, or simply trying to make smarter financial decisions, these 7 athletes may have already discovered the blueprint you're looking for. Let's begin with the man who showed the world that ownership can outlast even the greatest sports career. Lesson 1. Michael Jordan. Ownership changes everything. Before Michael Jordan, athletes were paid to promote products. After Michael Jordan, athletes began asking a different question. What if I could own part of what I'm helping to build? When Jordan signed with Nike in 1984, few people imagined the partnership would transform the business of sports forever. The Air Jordan brand grew into one of the most recognizable brands in the world, generating billions of dollars in sales over the years. More importantly, Jordan showed future generations that true wealth isn't created by earning bigger paychecks. It's created by owning assets that continue producing value long after your playing career ends. That single idea reshaped how athletes approached endorsements, business, and branding. Michael Jordan didn't just become one of the richest athletes in history, he changed the rules for everyone who came after him. The lesson isn't that everyone needs a billion-dollar brand. The lesson is to think beyond the next paycheck, whenever possible. Look for opportunities to own part of what you're helping to create. Ownership won't always produce instant rewards, but over time, it can become one of the most powerful tools for building lasting wealth. Jordan taught athletes how to think about ownership. The next generation learned that lesson, but one player added something new. He didn't wait until retirement to start building. He built while he was still dominating the game. Lesson 2. LeBron James. Build while you're still working. Michael Jordan showed the world the power of ownership. LeBron James took that lesson and asked a different question. Why wait until retirement to start building? For generations, many athletes focused almost entirely on their playing careers. Business came later. LeBron changed that timeline. While he was still competing for NBA championships, he was also building businesses, growing long-term partnerships, investing in companies, developing media ventures, and strengthening one of the most recognizable personal brands in the world. He understood something many professionals overlook. Your career and your future don't have to happen one after the other. They can grow together. By the time LeBron became the first active NBA player to reach billionaire status, many of the foundations had already been built years earlier. Success didn't suddenly appear. It had been quietly growing in the background while the world was watching basketball. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they need to finish one chapter before beginning the next. LeBron's story suggests a different approach. Whether you're learning a new skill, starting a small business, building an investment portfolio, or creating content online, the best time to begin isn't after everything is perfect. It's while you're still growing in your current career, because small actions taken consistently over time often become tomorrow's biggest opportunities. LeBron James proved that you don't have to wait to build wealth. Our next athlete teaches a different lesson. He transformed his name into one of the most valuable brands on the planet. Lesson 3. Cristiano Ronaldo. Build a global brand. Some athletes become famous. Cristiano Ronaldo became a global brand long before the hotels, the CR7 clothing line, the fragrances, or the fitness clubs. Ronaldo understood something that changed his financial future. Your name can become one of your most valuable business assets Every performance on the pitch, every training session, every interview, and every interaction with fans strengthened a reputation that extended far beyond football. As his influence grew, so did the opportunities, global partnerships, international sponsorships, business ventures, and millions of supporters who trusted the CR7 brand. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't simply build multiple businesses. He built one powerful global identity and allowed that identity to open doors across many industries. His businesses weren't the starting point. They were the result of years spent building one of the most recognizable personal brands in sports history. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a professional, a student, or a content creator, people often decide whether to trust you before they ever experience your work. That's why your reputation matters. The strongest brands aren't built overnight. They're built through consistency, discipline, quality, and delivering value again and again. Cristiano Ronaldo reminds us that when people trust your name, new opportunities naturally follow. Cristiano Ronaldo teaches us how to build a global brand. Our next athlete proves that you don't have to be the loudest person in the room to build extraordinary wealth. Sometimes, consistency and the right partnerships are enough. Lesson 4. Lionel Messi. Strategic partnerships and consistency. If Cristiano Ronaldo teaches the power of building a global brand, Lionel Messi teaches something equally important. Consistency builds trust. Throughout his career, Messi rarely chased every new opportunity. Instead, he built long-term relationships with carefully chosen partners, whether on the football field or in business. His approach remained remarkably consistent. Brands didn't simply work with Messi because he was talented. They worked with him because people trusted what his name represented. Year after year, that trust became one of his greatest business assets. His move to Inter Miami demonstrated this perfectly. It wasn't simply another football transfer. It became a business opportunity that connected global brands, Major League Soccer, broadcasters, sponsors, and one of the world's most recognizable athletes. Messi reminds us that building wealth isn't always about making the loudest moves. Sometimes it's about making the right moves and repeating them consistently over time. Many people believe success comes from saying yes to every opportunity, but successful careers often look very different. They're built by choosing relationships carefully, delivering consistent value, and protecting the trust you've earned. Whether you're building a business, growing a career, or creating content online, the people and organizations you choose to work with can shape your future just as much as your talent. Consistency may not always make headlines, but over time, it becomes one of the strongest competitive advantages you can have. Messi teaches us that trust creates lasting partnerships. Our next athlete had a completely different strategy. He believed one business was never enough. He built wealth by spreading his opportunities across many different industries. Lesson 5. Shaquille O'Neal. Diversify your income. While many athletes focused on becoming stars, Shaquille O'Neal focused on becoming a businessman. He understood something that many people discover far too late. One paycheck, no matter how large, can only take you so far. So instead of relying on basketball alone, Shaq built multiple streams of income. He invested in businesses, partnered with established brands, expanded into entertainment, and continued looking for opportunities far beyond the basketball court. His strategy wasn't about finding one perfect investment. It was about making sure his financial future would never depend on a single source of income. If one opportunity slowed down, others could continue creating value. That's one of the reasons Shaquille O'Neal has remained one of the most successful athlete entrepreneurs long after retirement. He didn't build one business, he built a portfolio, and for most people, building multiple income streams doesn't mean owning dozens of businesses. It can begin much smaller, learning a new skill, starting a side business, investing consistently, creating digital products, or building another source of income alongside your primary career. The goal isn't to do everything. The goal is to avoid depending on only one thing, because when your opportunities are diversified, your future becomes more secure. Shaquille O'Neal teaches us to build more than one source of income. Our next athlete looked in a different direction. Instead of simply building her own businesses, she invested in the people who could build the next generation of great companies. Lesson 6. Serena Williams. Invest in innovation. Championships made Serena Williams one of the greatest athletes in history, but curiosity helped shape her next chapter. Instead of limiting herself to endorsements, Serena began investing in companies with long-term potential. Through Serena Ventures, she has backed startups across technology, consumer products, health, finance, and other industries, with a particular interest in supporting founders from diverse backgrounds. Rather than asking, "Which company is successful today?" she often looked for businesses that could become successful tomorrow. That's a very different way of thinking. Great investors don't only evaluate what exists, they also recognize potential before everyone else sees it. Serena understood that innovation creates tomorrow's opportunities, and by supporting entrepreneurs early, she positioned herself to grow alongside the companies she believed in. You don't need millions of dollars to apply Serena's lesson. Innovation starts with curiosity. Stay informed. Keep learning. Pay attention to new ideas, technologies, and industries. Support people with promising ideas. Sometimes your greatest opportunity isn't found in what's already popular. It's found in recognizing value before everyone else does. That's a mindset that can benefit entrepreneurs, professionals, and investors alike. Serena Williams teaches us to invest in tomorrow. Our final athlete built wealth through a different principle. He proved that sometimes being selective, protecting your reputation, and working only with the right brands can become a business strategy all on its own. Lesson 7. Roger Federer. Build a premium brand. Not every billionaire athlete builds wealth the same way. Roger Federer chose a different path. Throughout his career, he became known not only for extraordinary tennis, but also for professionalism, consistency, and trust. Those qualities made him one of the most respected athletes in the world, and businesses noticed. Instead of chasing every endorsement opportunity, Federer became highly selective. He partnered with brands that reflected the image he had spent decades building: luxury watches, premium apparel, innovative footwear, long-term partnerships built on mutual trust. His business success wasn't driven by volume, it was driven by value. Because premium brands don't simply buy attention, they invest in credibility. Roger Federer understood that protecting his reputation was just as important as protecting his finances. Over time, that reputation became one of his most valuable business assets. Every decision you make adds to your reputation or takes away from it. People trust those who consistently deliver value. Employers, clients, business partners, investors, friends. That trust creates opportunities that money alone can't buy. Roger Federer's story reminds us that success isn't just about becoming known. It's about becoming respected. Because reputation, once earned, can become one of the most valuable assets you'll ever own. 7 athletes, 7 different sports, 7 completely different journeys, but together, they reveal something extraordinary. 1 goal, 7 different blueprints. Michael Jordan taught us ownership. LeBron James taught us build while you're still working. Cristiano Ronaldo taught us build a global brand. Lionel Messi taught us choose the right partners and stay consistent. Shaquille O'Neal taught us don't depend on one income stream. Serena Williams taught us invest in innovation. Roger Federer taught us protect your reputation like an asset. Different sports, different personalities, different business strategies, yet every one of them understood the same truth. Wealth isn't built by luck, it's built by decisions, repeated consistently over time. You don't need to become a professional athlete to apply these lessons. You don't need a billion-dollar contract or millions of followers. The real opportunity is much simpler. Choose one principle, apply it consistently, and let time do the rest. Because extraordinary wealth rarely comes from one spectacular decision. It comes from hundreds of small decisions made with patience, discipline, and a willingness to keep learning. Which wealth principle are you going to apply in your own life? Ownership. Build while you're still working. Global brand, strategic partnerships, multiple income streams, innovation, reputation. Tell us in the comments. The world's greatest athletes didn't just master their sport. They mastered principles that lasted long after the final whistle. Now it's your turn. Keep learning, keep building. And remember, wealth isn't just earned, it's built. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.